probably at least halfway through those minerals at the 6 o'clock. So, partly as an effect of having done such great harassment, he's made it so that the minerals at the rock spaces will last longer, and the rock may be able to outlast him. We'll see. He's now taking the bottom right, and if he can claim that, he'll be in good shape. But I'm not sure if he'll be able to, given that the rock still has this large army out on the ground, and Chalrenge still hasn't been able to push out and contest map control. So, we'll see. Shuttle trying to go in for harass, and his Archons are going to block it. Lots of Dragoons. Oh, Dragoons catching the shuttle. The shuttle barely gets away. Good instincts by both players there. Dark Templar going somewhere in the bottom right, I think. I'm not sure whose DT that is. Probably TheRock's. But not very helpful view here. Well, we can see minerals. Both players have very low mineral counts, but that's obvious because they're nowhere near being maxed out, and they've both been pumping forces to save their lives. Oh, and the DT is TheRock's, I'm pretty sure, and it's going to see that Nexus going down and all those cannons. It starts hacking away at the Nexus. But he won't be able to bring extra forces in because of those cannons. And smart move by Chalrenge, getting those cannons up more or less in secret. Now TheRock has denied that Nexus. Now Chalrenge is going to try to push out again, and I think TheRock's seen it. It looks like his forces are moving down in that direction to try to catch Chalrenge's army, but no, I think he realizes that Chalrenge has gotten his too many of his forces out. Some sort of drop for Chalrenge, Dragoon and a Zealot. Now the forces are meeting in the center. Chalrenge has lots of Dragoons, but nothing to contest these Archons, and Storm, and a much bigger army for TheRock. And again, Chalrenge's force is being caught in a bad position and is being forced back by a superior force of TheRock's. And a shuttle goes down, so didn't seem to do much damage. Those probes all got out in time. So, and that inside 430 is still being denied to Chalrenge. So Chalrenge really has to get some sort of economy up and going soon if he wants to stay in contention with TheRock in this game. He's basically running on one base against 3 at the moment. So that's not a good position for him to be in. He has a decent sized force, but it's almost all Dragoons. And the thing is, he spent all his Templar on harassment, and as a result he hasn't been able to morph them into Archons or save them to support his main army with Storms. So it's a trade-off, and it's a trade-off that ultimately seems to be favoring TheRock, despite how effective this shuttle harass has been for Chalrenge. I think Chalrenge maybe ought to consider clearing out that cannon right on top of his ramp just to give his forces more mobility and get them out into the field quicker. It looks like he has cleared out that DT in the bottom right, and now he's putting down 2 Nexi, so he's going to try to get his economy going as fast as he can. Meanwhile, the top right is being claimed by TheRock, and Dragoon's still lurking in the background, but it won't be able to take down that Nexus. TheRock is pushing into the middle with a force. No, I never really know how pro players make these decisions about maneuvering their armies around the ramp. One of the signatures of really good players is that they tend to always have their armies on the go and be constantly in motion even when they're not fighting, but I'm not sure whether it's just sort of a patrol pattern to catch the enemy army or whether they're actually moving in response to particular pieces of intelligence. TheRock has put a bunch of Archons at the 3 o'clock island, so he's going to try to claim that position, and it looks like he might have also claimed the 9 o'clock island. Oh wow, lots of DTs streaming in to try to take down this new nexus of Chalrenge's. Chalrenge has his own DTs though, and he has an observer, and he's going to try to storm. Great micro job by both players, but the storm combined with Chalrenge's DTs ends up taking out TheRock's DTs. So Chalrenge is going to get that base up and running. And with 2 bases in the bottom right, he's going to be back in the lead as soon as TheRock mines out his main and natural, but that might not be for a little while, and TheRock is getting down both of those islands at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So, big econ game going on now. Both players have claimed, basically the entire map is claimed, and importantly, TheRock is at a slight advantage because TheRock has both of those middle islands, the East Island and the West Island. So TheRock has more than half of the map in economic terms, and if it goes to a long game, that will end up being important. Chalrenge's army's still stuck inside his base, still not able to push out. He has a couple of shuttles, and I think he's probably decided to conserve his Templars to support his main army at this point. Practically mining out that 3 o'clock position, though, so he's going to be down to 2 bases very shortly. And that's going to be 2 bases against 4 or 5 of the rocks. So, again, Chalrenge flirting with disaster in terms of his economic position. Sending out 3 shuttles, it looks like they're headed for that 12 o'clock position, maybe, but they might be going in to raid the top right, too. A bunch of cannons down there, but 3 shuttles can carry a lot of units. He sets down a Zealot there, I guess, just to deny that base, which TheRock's not yet taken. The shuttle's moving back, not going for any sort of attack. Might go for this 9 o'clock position, we'll see. Looks like that's the direction they're headed now. And I wish the observers would show us. Yeah, they're landing there, and they're going to try to take out this base, like they did before. Storm, pretty good storm going down there. Oh, but TheRock responds with a very good storm at the bottom right. So, wow, 2 storms. It takes out almost all of the probes of that expansion. Now he's going to take out that cannon, and TheRock's going to have to run forces back there before that Archon can kill the Nexus. Meanwhile, it looks like he's killing the Nexus at the 9 o'clock, though. I don't think TheRock will be able to kill off those forces before the Nexus goes down. Wow, and another storm drop. It looks like TheRock didn't actually storm, but the 9 o'clock Nexus does go down. Finally, a storm happens. I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was Chalrenge storming TheRock. DT in the back is being cleaned up. So still, wild harassment game. But TheRock's got his army there. He's cleaned out the 9 o'clock position. He'll be able to put his Nexus back down. More harassment going in. A Zealot dropping out at the top right. And Templar, 2 Templar, and another great storm drop. Absolutely excellent storms from both players. And Chalrenge has wiped out basically all of the economy at another one of TheRock's bases. So I'm not sure where TheRock is effectively mining now. I think he still has some minerals at his natural and the inside top right. And he may be mining at the 3 o'clock now. So that's 3 bases for him. 2 bases mining for Chalrenge, both in the bottom right. So, reasonably even game in economic terms, but once TheRock picks that 9 o'clock location back up again, and the shuttle isn't able to get in and harass it this time, and once he picks up that 12 o'clock, he'll be at a significant advantage. Storms going down from the low ground. That's a great idea there on Chalrenge's part, because there's not a lot of Dragoons there, and the Archons and Zealots can't do anything to those Templar on the low ground. Heading in for another harassment, Dragoons are there to greet it. He's going to suicide the shuttle in, and but the Chalrenge does a great job of running those probes. So, no dice there for TheRock. He is putting down, putting down the 3 o'clock expansion. I'm not sure if he hadn't had that up before, or if it got destroyed somehow. Stargate going down for Chalrenge. So, presumably this is for Arbiters. I don't think he's going to go for Scouts, and I've never seen carriers in a professional PvP, so it has to be Arbiters, I guess. Another good storm drop for TheRock. Become almost mundane at this point. Morphing into an Archon. I'm not really sure why players do that in that situation, because the Archon's obviously going to die. I suppose if you have the extra, 1 action per minute required to press Morph to Archon, it makes some sense. But incidentally, this is unrelated, but the other thing I don't understand is why players will morph their Templar into Archons on the battlefield, and so far out on the battlefield, because in PvP especially, a lot of Archons end up getting lost because they're morphed too close to the battle, rather than just being pulled back and pulled back as Templar and morphed in the player's base. But I don't know. I suppose other players, professional players, know better than I do. Okay, so TheRock's army is out in the field again and claiming the middle, and TheRock's gotten Arbiters out too. So this is transition. He has 2 Stargates pumping and transitioning into a real PvP late game. Arbiters are very much late game tech in PvP, unlike PvT, where players might go for them relatively early. And Bringing in a lot of Archons here. I think it's hard to tell whose Archons are whose, but Chalrenge dropped a couple there. TheRock's bringing in more, and they're cloaked. I'm not sure. Chalrenge is just bringing in an Observer now, but oh, and Chalrenge was trying to claim that base for himself with those pylons. It's not going to be successful though. That would have evened things up economically, but it's just too close to all of TheRock's production facilities for him to have had a reasonable shot at holding it. So, last of those pylons going down. I'm not sure if TheRock will try to claim that base yet, or if he's just going to save it for later. But that is well in his territory. Another harassment going in. No probes there yet. The second Nexus, or the replacement Nexus, is still warping in. He's going to storm those units and then run away. I'm not sure if that's an effective